Everybody come they holla, enjoy the flower holla, shake you tire. With them see on they on fire.
The best station in music news, sports, and entertainment. We are High Power 102.7 FM, the pride of the people.
Everybody, we get a show. Get nobody knock this floor.
It's 12 o'clock. Good afternoon. Here is iPower 102.7 FM Midday News. I am INIOLUWA ADEKOYA. First, the headlines. Ondo lawmakers support Tinubu reform agenda. Nigeria incur loss due to rifts between Dangote and Pengassan. On the foreign scene, Trump senators impasse lingers on. And in sports, FIFA wants Trump. Details of this and more in a moment. Please stay with us. Glad to have you back, and now the news in detail. A member of the Ondo State House of Assembly, Toyin Allen, has advised Nigerians to embrace hard work and patience as the nation marks its 65th independence anniversary, with emphasis that the reforms of President Bola Tinubu's administrations are beginning to yield results. Allen, who represents Ese Odo constituency while speaking, said many of the complaints in the country were born out of idleness, stressing that those engaged in farming, trade, or other ventures were already reaping the benefits from the economic reforms. He further observed that literacy remained a major challenge, with about 60% of citizens yet to fully comprehend the government's policies. The lawmaker, however, maintained that Nigeria was moving forward seriously under President Tinubu, with sectorial developments already visible in security, education, road construction, and economic recovery. The Federal High Court, sitting in Enugu, has ordered the University of Lagos and Obafemi Awolowo University and the Joint Admission and Matriculation Board to suspend all admission processes for the 2025-2026 academic session. The order was issued by Justice A.T. Shegun Bello following an ex parte motion filed by a group of candidates: Chibuzo Success, Oyeleye Zainab Ayomide, Adedeji John Samuel, Monsurat Aliyat Aduragbeni, and Basi Daniel Nsikak, on behalf of other affected applicants of the 2025 post-UTME examination of both universities. The judge further ordered all parties to maintain the status quo, preserving the current state of affairs regarding the 2025-2026 admission list, pending the hearing of the substantive motion. The case was adjourned to October 25, 2025 for hearing. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited Group Chief Executive Officer Bashiru Ojulari has lamented the crude and gas production losses resulting from the 3-day strike carried out by the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria. In a letter written to the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority and Nigerian's Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, Ojulari stated that the suspended strike led to 16% oil production and 30% market gas losses, while the nation suffered a 20% power supply shortfall. The National Oil Company letter, titled Impact Assessment of Ongoing Industrial Action, was also sent to the National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu and the Director General Department of State Services Tosin Ajayi. The industrial action caused by a rift between the union and Dangote refinery forced the shutdown of major oil terminals, gas plants and power facilities, leading to the deferment of 283 million barrels of crude oil per day and 1.7 billion standard cubic feet of gas daily, choking off vital income streams from the country's two biggest revenue sources. You're listening to Midday News from iPower 102.7 FM at Emure, INIOLUWA. Still to come on the foreign scene, Trump senators impasse lingers on, and in sports, FIFA won't stop. More details coming shortly. Please stay tuned.
Are you tuning in for breaking news, in-depth analysis, or community updates? Hyper 102.7 FM remains your most trusted source, because when it comes to news, the truth matters. Hyper FM 102.7.
Welcome back, and now to the foreign scene. A makeshift scaffolding of the church in Ethiopia is collapsed, killing at least 36 people and injuring dozens. Reports stated that incident occurred on Wednesday in town of Arewti and in the Amhara region, Addis Ababa, when a group of pilgrims were visiting the Menja Shenkora Arewti Mariam Church to mark the annual Virgin Mary Festival when the scaffolding collapsed. District Police Chief Ahmed Gebeyehu confirmed that the number of dead has reached 36. Local official Atnafu Abate told the Ethiopian Broadcasting Corporation that some people remained under the rubble but did not provide details of rescue operations. Still on the foreign scene, United States lawmakers have failed to make progress on the ending partial shutdown of federal government, with Republicans and Democrats blocking rival spending bills for a second straight day. The U.S. Senate voted down the proposal by margins that showed similar efforts the previous day, which also failed to avert the shutdown. The impasse came as U.S. President Donald Trump made good his promise to start inflicting costs on Democrats over the shutdown, which has brought some government services to a halt and forced essential employees to report to work without pay on the promise of being compensated later. Senator rejected the Republican proposal to extend government funding until November. To the sporting arena, where the Federation of International Football Association Vice President Victor Motangliani, who is also the president of the CONCACAF, has made it clear at the conference in London that the U.S. President Donald Trump cannot decide which cities will host games in the 2026 World Cup. He was reacting to suggestions made by Trump that he would move games away from cities he thought could be dangerous for the World Cup. Motagliani told the White House that it had no jurisdiction over which cities will host the game in the 2026 World Cup. He stated that it's FIFA's tournament, FIFA's jurisdiction. FIFA makes those decisions with due respect to current world leaders. Football is bigger than them, and football will survive their regime, government, and their slogans. The 2026 World Cup will be hosted jointly between Canada, US, and Mexico. To end the iPower 102.7 FM midday news, let's take another look at the main points. We told you in the course of the bulletin that the Ondo State House of Assembly member, Tony Allen, has advised Nigerians to embrace hard work and patience as the nation marks its 65th independence anniversary. We equally informed you that the NNPCL Group Chief Executive Officer, Bashir Ojulari, has lamented the crude and gas production losses from the 3-day strike carried out by Pengasan. On the foreign scene, we informed you that the United States lawmaker have failed to make progress on ending the partial shutdown of federal government